20 years ago, this coming March, I first stepped off of a train into Beverly, walked down Cabot Street for an interview at Montserrat College of Art. I would have had no way of knowing then that I found my place, that I found the people I wanted to build a career and build a life with. I found a place where I could bring all of me to work, meet students who challenged and inspired me, and met colleagues who showed me how to live an authentic, creative life. I am so grateful for the opportunities I've had since 2005. The leaders I've worked with, Laura Tonelli, Steve Immerman, Kurt Steinberg, all of you trusted me to bring a vision, to bring ideas and build programs to serve one of the most unique student populations in the country. All of you believed that a place like Montserrat was a critical piece in our nation's higher ed landscape. You recognized that not every student can thrive at a large institution, and that building a college around passion and curiosity, rather than rec centers and SAT scores, prepares our students for their futures. I am very, very lucky. I am the inheritor of a resilient history. My ancestors here at Montserrat are the incredible faculty and staff who have worked to make this place survive and shine for 55 years. This is our founding faculty's college. This is Ethan Barry's college. This is Joe Broderick's college. This is the Thomas Vickery's college. Every person who has worked or come to this place to take classes has changed us in his, her, or their own way. Our past and present board members of the college, you have asked questions, you've supported us, and you've believed in us. Thank you. Thank you to each person, whether you've moved us an inch or 100 miles. I will work to make all of our Montserrat ancestors proud and to ensure that the current generation of students who trust us with their savings and their personal development leave proud of their growth and proud to be part of this college family. Just for a second, I need to thank, my incredibly resilient leadership team for their outstanding work with me for the last 2 years. The cabinet has stood beside me through difficult moments, have rolled up their sleeves, and have worked to ensure that we get stronger and better each day. Adam, Joe, Lisa, Stacy, Maureen, Michaela, thank you. I stand here because of the work that you do. If we could give them a round of applause. They work really hard. For 55 years, this place has been nimble. We've grown, we've moved, we've struggled, we've modernized, we've sold property, we've bought property, we've built buildings, we've built programs, we've built ideas. We've worked with more than 5,000 students, and as Joe mentioned, we've graduated close to 3,000. And we've helped circulate hundreds of millions of dollars into the Beverly economy. And we'll continue to do this, to be nimble, to adapt to the world around us with your continued help, with our continued work, and with the continued belief that lifelong, life-changing learning can only really happen when people bring passion and belief to that. And I can assure you that the fire and that passion to make us shine is as strong as ever. 3 years ago, under Kurt's leadership, the college launched a new comprehensive campaign, drawing on our past, designing our future. And tonight, we mark the public phase, the final phase of that campaign. The original purpose was to have our supporters think with us and invest with us the future directions of the college, to think about the things that we need to add, the ways we need to change, and what are those things that are our heart. This will be the first fully successful campaign in Montserrat's history. Since that campaign's inception, the financial goal has been raised, and we are confident that it will total $6 million by next January. The goal in the next 12 months, this final phase, is to add more friends, to meet new people, to help them see the social, economic, and community value that Montserrat brings to the world. We want to triple alumni giving. We want to add 100 new donors and event attendees. And we want to ensure that we have the scholarship money to make sure every student who is accepted has the opportunity to come to Montserrat. And you can help us be successful in this last phase by inviting your friends and your network to us. We want Artrageous this year to be a throwback to the 400, 500-person events of the past. We want more people to come and see our galleries, to take our CE classes, to join us in our travel adventures. This is a time, this year, next year, this is the time to wear your affiliation with Montserrat with pride. Buy the sweatshirts, bring the bumper stickers, help stand up to the forces of one size fits all, and champion a place that celebrates the individual. Celebrating the individual, being human, being intensely personal, celebrating who we are and who we want to be. These, my friends, get to the core of how I will lead this institution. Our students give me the roadmap. They are some of the bravest people I have ever met. I don't think a single one of them would ever say that about themselves. But unlike any other group I've worked with, they stand in front of the world authentically who they are. And that's rare. And Montserrat needs to be a place that models and reflects that to a broader world. We need to be authentically ourselves. My favorite part of the 2024 strategic plan is this one section, and that section says, be a first choice institution. We can't be Mass Art's little brother. We can't be RISD's little sister. When we're ourselves, we become a real choice in education. I want a student to get an acceptance letter from both schools and have them go, I could go to Mass Art, it'll be cheaper. Or I can go to Montserrat, where they have customized programs that are going to help me build my skills and change the world. I want a faculty member to get a job offer from Montserrat and RISD and say, I could go to RISD and work at the most famous art school in the country, or I could go to Montserrat and shape and be on the edge of a whole new way of teaching. I want every staff member to come to work the same way I do every day, looking forward to my interactions, hoping I get an opportunity to talk with students about art and life, and feeling every day that I make a difference. And I want board members who are eager to come to campus and go back to their networks and have their networks be like, I know, you talk about it all the time. Montserrat's great. And this will be true in Montserrat 2035. Montserrat 2035 is an aspirational vision. It's not a strategic plan, but it's a way to think about who we are going to become in the next decade. And as people have mentioned, there's a lot to navigate. A world full of fear and anger, an education world that is changing quickly, technology that is changing faster than our ethics can keep up, and a humanity whose heart is separate from its head and hands. A nation where making money, it seems, in the short term is more valued than finding a life of purpose, joy, and satisfaction. We don't get to ignore these issues. We live in this world too, and we have to create a program that provides a bridge for Montserrat to that world. And to do this, Montserrat 2035 sees an expansion of 3 extraordinary programs. Our internships, we expand beyond one. Our career mentorship program, and I want that to become a pipeline where our graduates who need a helping hand are given that by the alumni who are willing to hold out their hand. And a campus work program that now employs half of Montserrat students. We need to build on those. So every student leaves with job skills, a resume, an experience that connects their learning goals with even more people on our amazing campus. Montserrat 2035 expands experiential learning even more. It expands the very idea of what a campus is. In my mind, we should have students off campus taking classes elsewhere 15% of the time, on travel programs, exchanges, job sites. All of these will help our students see the connection between their creative passion and the work world they need to build creative lives, to build lives of purpose, joy, and satisfaction. And they don't just do this by taking 40 courses. They do this, we help them by thinking about where they live, how they live, what they do outside of class, and by great mentorship. I want to do away with the idea of traditional models of academic advising and begin to build academic mentoring, real relationships that don't get built in meetings about course registration, but get built over conversations and coffee, where students get to think out loud with their mentor about what they see themselves doing in the future, and having their mentor help coach and think about how they might get to that goal. In Montserrat 2035, we continue investing in our academic programs, ensuring they can thrive, and also thinking about the new areas of study we need to create for an ever-changing world that our students will be graduating into. In my vision, our campus is more efficient. Each classroom is used more. We focus on building ownership from the Hardy Building to 301 Cabot Street, if you know our campus. And and in our facilities, I want us to focus on better rather than focus on more. And we need our campus to be active 12 months of the year. If we are a leader in rethinking education, we don't need to center ourselves on this idea of a 2-semester model. What if we created 1 or 2 month windows in the year for highly specialized, highly focused learning? If we can house 200 students in September, we should be able to house 200 students in the summer. We'll begin planning in this next decade for a new 3-story building that will serve as an outward symbol that celebrates design and embraces the link between creativity and careers. And finally, I want to engage the college in the way it's never been before with our alumni. Students who come here do so. They come to Montserrat because of the community, and that community can't just end when they graduate. In my twice-a-semester alumni meetups, I travel to various places and sit down closer to where the students, the graduates are, and I relearn in every one of those conversations that the transition from college to their work life is really hard. And we have to step in, and I'm thinking about models like what Smith College does on their Friday teas, or Montserrat started this new loop learning program, and we have to use those to build much deeper relationships. The thing that I think the Ivies do really well is network. And I think if we have something to learn from them, it's how do we engage our students in that kind of networking. And alumni outreach like this is a powerful tool. One of the things I started to do in 2025 is every day I have to contact a student, a current student or an alum, and it takes 3 minutes. I send them an email, I pick up the phone, and I call them. And it doesn't take that much, but the impact and the notes I've gotten back from students are enough to make, even on like the most stressful day, makes my day that much brighter. And their engagement now makes their engagement in the future that much more likely. Montserrat 2035 is ambitious, maybe a touch utopic, but it's the next chapter of this college's history that I want to write, and the one I will work every day to bring closer to reality. Each year at commencement, I ask our students to go into the world and to bring Montserrat, our ideals, our values, our acceptance to the places they will go. And I'll end this speech with the same request of all of you. Stay engaged with us, be changed by us, and bring that change to the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ooh. And now, if I may ask those of you in the folding chairs to start mingling, we would like to remove the folding chairs and start the party. So welcome to the bar. And the food will start circulating right away, and I know there's already some in the dining room. So thank you all for being here.